guys, so I'm here with Dollies. I have alcoholic beverage. Look, I got the big bottle because I didn't want to buy a whole pack because I can't drink very much. So I'll probably drink like this much and then put it in the fridge and like nurse it all weekend. But yeah, I'm drinking Corona because they didn't have Modelo, which is my current favorite. I'm not super into beers, but I do like cervezas. But I don't drink wine, so I'm drinking a booze, and we're gonna talk about some dolly stuff. This is just bullshitting about dolls. My setup is different because we moved our bedrooms. This was the man cave. Now the man cave is upstairs so that our bedroom is downstairs. Even though this room is smaller, it's cooler down here. And also my dog is getting really old and he has really bad arthritis. And going up and down the stairs every night and every morning was getting to be really too hard for him. So we moved everything downstairs so that he's downstairs all the time now. But he still tries to go up there if I am up there. So I have to like barricade the stairs because our baby gate is at our other house. Anyways, long story short, I'm trying to keep my dog from being upstairs because he's old and infirm. So I'm just gonna talk about my new dolls and what I'm doing and what I've done and what I'm planning. And yeah, I've been doing so much doll stuff lately. It's been really awesome because it was like a drought all semester. So like now I'm like making up for lost time. Okay, so let's start with my unicorn. She's so cute, you guys. And I do really like her, but I have no idea what I'm doing with her. The weird things that I showed in my box opening video, that you can see it really good there. The lumpiness in the resin, you can see it's like kind of drippy, like where it's not quite, it's not like a feather, it's just like a big drip. So, and like you can see this uneven parts of the resin, and the inside of the wings are similar. That is in the company photos of this doll. So I wouldn't call it a flaw, but it is like poorly casted, I would guess. But they must have known about it and been like, yeah, that's fine. I don't know. That doesn't bother me so much as like I paid for the body blushing, and then I showed this also in my video of opening her, but she has like this splooge of purple on her leg, and it's like, you guys, I paid $80 and I didn't want splooges. I wanted to splooge it, I'd paint it myself. But the rest of her face up is really pretty, and she's really adorable, and her little face is just really cute. I don't know what I'm doing with her, if I'm keeping her. I have no idea. I'm just gonna let her sit in my doll cabinet and see what I think about her. I've thought nothing about her. Like the whole waiting period, I thought about Anne and I thought about Io. And so I've spent no mental stuff on this little unicorn, other than she might be part of Io's story, which I can get into that. Her name might be Comet, but I'm not sure. I think it's a girl. I keep referring to her as a her. I guess she doesn't have to be. She could be a boy, but I don't know. Anyway, she's so cute. She doesn't pose very well at all. Her legs, because they're so skinny, which, I mean, I wasn't like expecting her to be some amazing poser. Doll Chateau isn't like known for their posability in general. Their dolls are more about the aesthetics and how pretty they are rather than how posable they are, which aesthetically she's just lovely, and I just really think she's so cute. I've already scratched the body blushing, which that's the nature of body blushing. I'm not upset that I've already scratched her. It's in places that you don't really look at. I'm not worried about it, but that makes me kind of not want to touch her a whole lot or move her around too much because I don't want to trash her body blushing too bad. Don't know what's going on with her, so we'll put her back. I sit her down like this with her legs bent because then she doesn't fall over. I don't know how else to have her because standing she just will fall over, and I don't want her, you know, her horn to get broken. Oh, sorry. That was a text that I got from a penguin. Next let's talk about Anne. She's so cute. Oh my god. So I mentioned this in my other video when I opened her, that this is my very first hybrid. And all in all, I think it's a success. I totally guessed on whether the resin would be okay. I mostly guessed on whether the neck would be okay, because it said that it was 6 centimeters or 6.5 centimeters for the neck, and her neck hole in her head is 7. So I was like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna be okay, but it is really pretty good. There's not a lot of gapping really, and she can, I mean, she has more range of motion than Tommy does, really, because Tommy cannot really tilt her head back at all. Like, Anna's still pretty limited because they have this very low spot on their neck, you can see. But the resin matching is really close. It's only a little bit pinker than her head, which if I ever want to redo her face up, I can fix that. With the face up, it will be probably pretty easy since it's so close. These clothes were a gift from Anna Doll whenever she gave me all those eyes a while ago. And this blouse, I'm pretty sure was intended for Lawrence, but it's just too tight in the chest. He's very manly, so he has big pecs, but he's too broad in the chest for this blouse. These shorts were too big for Tommy. She didn't have big enough hips, but these shorts fit her really well, actually. They could be taken in a little bit because they are a little bit gappy in the back. The fit right here is really good, so I just need to take it in a little bit on the waist, but I think they're really cute on her, and I think they will belong to her. I don't know if she'll keep the blouse, but it's cool for now. What I really want to make or buy for her is like a frumpy cardigan, like a big old looking cardigan. I think that will be her central piece. I think that will look really cute. She's kind of a bookworm. She's inspired by Anne of Green Gables, because that's like my favorite book series, one of them. I love the character of Anne. She doesn't act like Anne necessarily, unless she like gets excited about something nerdy that she likes. And then I realized the other day when I was posting pictures of her on Instagram that I made my mini-me. We look very similar. Our bodies are very similar. Maybe that's why I like this body so much, because I relate to it. The brown hair and her face shape. I was like, dang it, I made a mini-me. I did not mean to, it just happened. But I really like her. She's so cute. And her little face up is really adorable. That's Anne. So we'll get to my most favoritist thing. Of course, if you're on my Instagram, you will know what that is, because I can't stop posting pictures of her or thinking about her. Oh, the only bad thing about this body is that she doesn't want to stand at all. Like, she just wants to collapse. So I gotta do something about that. It's mostly her knees that, like, she just doesn't want to stand straight. So I don't know if wiring her or sueding her. I'll do one of them or both. Whatever it takes, I will do that. So here is Io. That's her name. I finished her face up on Tuesday, and I just put in her eyelashes today. I love her. I could gush about her all day. I love how she turned out. She's exactly how I imagined her in my head, and I'm so excited about this doll. So I guess you could consider the Doll Chateau Stacy as my grail doll. Even though I've never really thought about grails or like what my grail would be, I just think like a grail is something that's like really hard to get or impossible to get or really prohibitively costly or something like that. So I've never like thought about grails, but if I had to pick a grail doll, it would probably be this Stacy, because I just love this doll. I love the face, I love the body, I love her presence, I love her. She is shot right up to the top of my favorite dolls that I own. Sorry, Tomy. Tomy character-wise still is at the top, but aesthetic-wise, and that spot was Bellamy's spot, so I guess Bellamy's the one that's been knocked down a peg. She's my first SD doll, and it was intimidating at first, but now I'm real comfortable. It didn't take me that long to get comfortable with her size, though she doesn't fit in my doll cabinet very well, and I've been pondering getting a new cabinet because we're quickly running out of space. Not that I plan on getting more dolls anytime soon, but I would like to be able to stand her up. I want to get a stand for her that will hold her weight. What all did I want to say? I made a list so that I didn't get off track. What did I do? I didn't look at my list and I got off track. Let's get back on track. So the inspiration for her face is actually very heavily inspired by a YouTuber here on the YouTubes. Her name is Drac Makins, and she does like makeup art, like avant-garde makeup tutorials and stuff like that. She does makeup reviews too, but I don't wear makeup. Don't know if you can tell, but I don't wear makeup in my real life. I only wear it for cosplay. So her tutorials and makeup stuff is like so inspiring, and I just love the makeup stuff that she does. Her face is her canvas, and she just paints her face, not in like a regular makeup way. Like, she's kind of goth, but mostly like she's her own person, and she doesn't really identify with the goth subculture. So some of her makeup is kind of gothy, but it's mostly avant-garde. And she actually did, I pretty much did these exact lips based on lips that she did in one of her videos, and I love them. Oh, I love them so much. And so I was like, I'm putting those lips on a doll. I don't care what doll, it's got to go on somebody. And so when I was thinking about Io and creating her look and everything, I wanted her to have those lips. I was going to do more red in her eyes. I was not sure. I was just going to let it kind of happen as I was doing the face up. I was going to make it all red with no black except for the lips, but then I was like, I don't know how that will look, and so I was kind of like on the fence. I didn't know what to do. I was going to make it more eyeshadowy, but then I just decided I really liked the pointiness. I think that the corners of her eyes, how they kind of do the cat's eye thing, look good with the way her lips are. These eyeballs were one of the ones that I bought, but they don't actually fit her very well. The dome is too high. So there's like a ton of gapping. So I'm going to have to keep looking around. If anybody knows good companies that work well for Doll Chateau, let me know. These are 14 millimeters and they're really big. The whole pupil takes up her whole eye. So now I'm like, well, should I get her 12s? But I'm worried that they'll be too small, like the size of the thing will be too small. This wig, I love that it's crazy. I love that it's wild and it's hard to manage, because that's what I wanted for her. I wanted her to look very wild and animalistic. It was a lot of inspiration for her. I really love this body. It doesn't pose great. Like I said earlier, Doll Chateau is not super great for posing, but boy, it looks really beautiful. I even like the extra joints. Look at that tummy. Oh, she's beautiful. I love this doll. She's perfect. Can I say that enough? I said it so many times on my Instagram. Y'all are probably tired of it. I was thinking I might, I want to remove the neck joint, kind of. I don't know. I'm thinking about removing the joints, but that means I would have to restring her, because then her string would be too loose, and I'm scared. I'm scared to restring her. I'm sure I could probably find some videos online of how to do it properly, but I don't have any idea how to string these fingers, and I don't know about these feet, like, because she has the posable toes and stuff too. Mostly they weird me out, because a lot of times like her feet will get bumped and then all the toes will be like weird looking, and I don't like that so much, but everything else about her is wonderful. And I would like to do some body blushing on her. I don't know how much. It would probably be in gray tones if I do. But for sure, I would like to paint her fingers black and have it kind of fade up into her arms. But I don't know how well that will look with all these joints. I don't want to paint the joints because they'll just get trashed really fast because I pose her a lot. So I'm thinking I might just do her hands because I really like that, and I also want to do her toes also. I think that will look really cool with her black makeup. Her basic character, she doesn't really have a story so much as it's just a character right now. I don't know how much I will develop a story for her. She might be part of Bellamy's story. I don't know how big of a part she plays in it, but she's basically the moon. Her name means the moon. It's Greek, and I've been pronouncing it Io because I did a lot of looking up of how to pronounce this name. It's just I-O. I've heard it pronounced both Io and Eo, which both sound nice, but I keep calling her Io, so that's what I'm going to stick with. She's like an embodiment of the moon. One character thing I know about her is that her presence on this planet, I guess, depends on the phase of the moon. Like if it's a full moon, then she's not present on this planet because she's busy being the moon. Whereas if it's a new moon, she would be completely present, like fully formed on this plane or planet or whatever, and it's in like the different phases, then she would be in different phases of how present she is. So if it's like a gibbous moon where it's mostly full but it's not totally full, then she would be here like really faded and very ethereal and not very present in this world. Whereas like if it was a crescent moon, she would be mostly present but still kind of ethereal or whatever. There's Bubby. You're a poop, Bubby. So that's really all the characterness I have about her. I imagine that she's very curious about this world, but she doesn't really understand it because this is a lot of physicalness in this world, and she's not a physical being. She's not a goddess. She's like a personification of the moon. So she's not a human. She's just like a creature, basically, that represents the moon in this world. I imagine that she visits Bellamy's forest sometimes and like checks it out, but I don't have any other ideas of like what she does or if she has magic powers or other than moony type powers, maybe like powers over water or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm still detailing all that stuff out. I'm pretty sure that I want her to have a bear friend that is the constellation Ursa Major, and his name would be Ursa. Considering commissioning Creatures of Nat to make me a bear, but her creatures are mostly MST sized, so I feel like it would be a pretty small bear. It would probably be only like this big. And Picaro was sweet and sent me a comparison picture of her Stacy next to one of her little bears that belongs in one of her stories. And it only came up to like here-ish. And she had him like sitting on a book, so I think they were just a little bit higher. But like, I want the bear to be in proportion to her, so I want it to be a pretty big bear, and I want it to be posable. So I might make my own bear, or maybe I will tear apart a teddy bear and make it posable. I don't know. I'm figuring it out still. Still not sure what I'm doing about that. I've never made a stuffed animal. I've never made an art doll, but I would like to get into it because I want to make her a bear. I want to make Bellamy the forest spirit. Hopefully that can happen. I just have to try it out and see how I do, I guess. That's part of how my little unicorn might play a role in her world, is that she might be the embodiment of one of the constellations, like maybe Pegasus or something. Even though Pegasus is Pegasus and doesn't have a horn, I might just make up a constellation for her. And Stuart said that maybe she could be like a comet or something, which is also a cool idea. So I'm not totally sure if she's gonna play a role. The size discrepancies, I mean, it's kind of cute. And I imagine like when she's wandering through the forest, like she has her animal friends like following her around or whatever. Yeah, I don't know about the little unicorn. I definitely want her to have a bear though. That's the main one. She's gotta have a bear friend. So for clothing, I'm pretty sure she's just gonna wear chiffon because I love this body. I don't want to cover it up really, So I think I'm just gonna make her some see-through clothes so that I can still enjoy her beautiful body, but she can still look ethereal and wispy with like floaty fabric wafting around her. That's what I imagine in my mind. And I want her to have, I don't know how to say this word. I'm pretty sure it's W-A-T-T-E-A-U. It's a kind of train that's on lots of wedding dresses where it trains from the shoulders instead of from the hips. And I really like that a whole lot for her. So she's definitely going to have that. But the rest of the outfit is very vague in my mind. I was thinking I might want her to have harem pants, but now I don't know because I don't really want to cover up her beautiful hips. I would want them to sit like so low, then like what would be the point? I don't know. She might just have like a see-through dress or something. The only other thing I can think of to talk about is I did write a little scene of Lawrence and his brother Theo. If you guys are interested, I think I've already recorded it, though I might record it again better this time and do some like photos to go with it. But I'm not that great of a photographer, and then of course I don't have Theo. So I don't know. I want to share it with you guys. I just am figuring out how I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Dolly stuff. I'm gonna finish my beer, and then me and my buddy are gonna watch anime on the internet. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!